down inside, there was these different layers of desires I had. Music, sports as well. I love sports. And academically. So growing up, I pursued those three major parts of my life. Sometimes ones would be ahead of others. For the most part, growing up, academically was always towards the top, as well as sports. While music was just kind of the last place, not because I didn't want to do it, but I really didn't have an outlet outside of church to pursue that. So the goals really changed, I would say, not until after high school, because through high school even, I was very focused on just succeeding academically. I didn't really care to party. I didn't really care for girls. I really didn't care for any of that because my parents always drove that in me, that I was meant for something great and that I needed to focus on that. And not to say that I didn't have temptations, but because they reinforced that in me daily, I feel like I had a great upbringing where I could share my heart and share things openly. It helped me realize like I can achieve something great. Now is the time to really focus and not waste time. I did that, and it wasn't until I got to college. I stopped playing football. That was a major heartbreak for me. I decided to go a different route academically. And even though like to everyone else, it was a great accomplishment. I was going to go to a great school, a great university, Baylor University. Inside, I started to get depressed because I didn't really want to go there. And then football was gone. I originally wanted to go to this smaller school in Nashville, Tennessee, called Lipscomb University. And I even filled out my dorm paperwork and I did all of that stuff and I was ready to go. But I really wanted to go there because I knew that all the artists that I grew up also, even though I listened to all music, I grew up in church, bands like DC Talk, mainly based in Nashville. So I figured I'll go to school, I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'll go to school there to appease everyone else that I'm going to university. But really, I'm really going to go to try to make it in music. I didn't tell nobody my purpose for that. Closer to the end of my fall semester in high school, my senior year, started getting cold feet of leaving home, thinking like I never really had a major failure. Even though like the things that I had accomplished, they weren't easy. I'd worked very hard. I hadn't experienced a big failure. And a big failure on my own. So the thought of going somewhere that I didn't know anyone and really for a different purpose than school, man, what if I fail? What if I don't make it in music? And what if I don't even like it out there and I come back? I didn't know if I could take that. I hated losing. I didn't go. I decided to just go to Baylor, just suck that pill down. I didn't tell anyone. I think that's what played into me eventually becoming very depressed into my first semester at Baylor. I'm doing all the right things that everyone else expected me to do. I'm doing all the right things that I thought even myself I wanted to do. And as I'm doing these things this first semester, I'm questioning myself as to why I'm feeling so depressed. Why am I feeling so sad doing this? I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and that was scary as well because I'd never been that kid of, well, I don't know. If I had a goal of playing varsity football, like that's the goal. I'm going to work hard till I accomplish it, and I do. Academically, I want to be the best, and I'm going to work hard till I get it. At church, I want to be an outstanding Christian, outstanding in my community. I uphold that. Whether it's with my teammates, to be a great example, I was that. To be a great friend, I was that. But here I am for the first time in my life, I don't know what's happening. This desire for music had long gone away. By the time I getting closer to finishing college, I started to rebel a bit. Rebel against the church, rebel against my parents. And it wasn't something crazy. Starting to study other religions, other aspects of spirituality, and asking my own self some questions. Why are these things being done this way? And then questioning my own self, what is it that I want to do? Thank God for working out. I've been working out since I was 13. Some of the toughest moments, what helps me is just going to the gym. Like that's where I had always been able to develop some sort of control over my life. That's where I could really face my demons.
Come on! Yeah, pull it! Let's go! Pull that shit, Swagg! Come on! There you fucking go!